Hi guys, it's Tanya. Today's topic of discussion is falling out of love with a series and an author. I know, this one's a hard one. But how many of you out there have discovered an author years ago or recently, and you pick up book one in a series and you just plow through, the best thing in the world is finding a book and realizing that it's book one in a series and there's like 5 more books, and you spend like a couple of weeks, well, me, it's like a week or a month, just diving into their world and just, oh my God, this is the best. You don't have to wait. It's already done and finished. So it's like gratification. It's like the Netflix of books. You can binge it, right? But say all that happens, and then the next year the author comes out with another book and you read it and you're like, oh, well, that wasn't as good as the other series. And you're like, well, maybe it's just everybody has bad days. Everybody has bad, things are off. The muse isn't working. They're not inspired. Things are going on because these are real people. Hello. Things are going on at home, and the product isn't as good as the last. And you're like, but hey, things happen. I'm going to wait till I am a fan. I'm a diehard, and I'm going to wait till the next book. And that one comes out and you're like, oh, well, it wasn't really any better. And if you're like me, I am like, let me just give them one more chance. And then you just go, oh. And that excitement and that love that you had with the previous series or that author in the past. And I'm not talking about personally, I'm talking about distinguishing the work from the person. It doesn't have the same spark that it did before. And I know a lot of people who will start into a certain genre and they will love an author's series and they will dive into it, and then they slowly move to other books in the genre, and you realize, they were good, but you've kind of outgrown that series or that book or that author, and you've kind of graduated to in a different direction. I get that. But I do still find it a bit sad. I do know that there was one author that I discovered and I loved his first series, and I'm talking just adored it, glowing. And then he came out with a second series, and it was basically a regurgitation of the first. It was like, oh, he's just changed the names. It's the same. And I'm not talking about, there's authors that they have a formula, right? They write certain books, they do certain things. You just know that's them. That is this author. That is what I'm going to get. No surprises, but you love that. And that's just, that's your bowl of ice cream at the end of a day when you just need comfort. That author is going to give you exactly what you want. But in this case, it literally felt like a regurgitation of the first series. It's just, I changed the city and I changed the name of the characters, and it's kind of the same thing. And I'm like, well, maybe it was just, that, because they call it the sophomore slump. A lot of authors, that second series or that second book is, especially if you've hit such a high bar with the first one, the second one can be really, really hard. And then with this one, the third came out and I was just like, okay. And you feel bad because you cherish that first, it's like anything else. It's that first love. You cherish it and you hold on to it. And you hope for the best. Because I am a root for the underdog kind of girl. But anywhoozle, tell me your thoughts. What do you think? Have you ever fallen out of a love with an author? How did it make you feel? Or are you a die-hard, do or die, ready to ride kind of a person, and you're going to hang in there no matter what? What are your thoughts? All right, guys, take it easy. Bye.